There are two types of reproduction. One is asexual, the other one is sexual reproduction. So, asexual reproduction involves only one parent. Uh, no special reproductive cells or organs are needed, and new organism is separated part of the parent, and this type of reproduction doesn't have a lot of genetic variation because offspring is just a part of the parent. And there's only one parent that is involved. So offspring genes are going to be same as parent genes, so you won't see a lot of genetic variation in this case. Sexual reproduction involves two parent cells, and it produces a lot of genetic variation because there are genes from both parents that are combined together and that are present in the offspring. Uh, Reproduction involves sex cells, they are called gametes. Male gametes are called sperm, and female gametes are called egg. Sperms, they are large in numbers, have a small food supply, and needs a fluid medium to swim to the egg. Female gametes, they are smaller in number, sessile, and have large food supply. So sperm and eggs must be released together because they only live for a short period of time. So fertilization happens when the nuclei of male and female gametes fuse together. The single cell formed by this fusion is known as zygote. Sexual reproduction happens in animals, in plants, and some other organisms as well. Asexual reproduction, there are four kinds: fission, budding, fragmentation, and parthenogenesis. Fission is also known as binary fission. In this case, the parent it grows and then divides itself into two parts. Basically, the offspring is just like parent. So there's again no genetic variation that there's no genetic variation in this kind of reproduction. In budding, which is a form of asexual reproduction, um, it results from the outgrowth of a part of a cell or body region, leading to a separation from the original organism into two individuals. So, just a part of the body of the parent is broken down, and then it grows into a new individual. Fragmentation. Fragmentation is the breaking of the body into two parts with subsequent regeneration, and it is seen in starfish. So, any part of the body is broken down, it will just regrow into full organism. Parthenogenesis is a form of asexual reproduction where an egg develops into a complete individual without being fertilized. So there's no fertilization in this case. It's just um, it's just one parent's egg. It develops into a new individual without any fertilization. There's only involvement of one parent in this case. Sexual reproduction is the combination of reproductive cells from two individuals to form a third unique offspring. Sexual reproduction produces offspring with new combination of genes. This can be an adaptive advantage in unstable or unpredictable environments. So humans, we are used to thinking to have two separate sexes, male and female, determined at conception. However, in animal kingdom, there are many variations on this theme. So hermaphroditism occurs in animals where one individual has both male and female reproductive parts. And it happens in case of invertebrates such as earthworms, slugs, tapeworms, and snails. And these organisms, they may self-fertilize or they may mate with another of their species as well. So they have both options. Mammalian sex determination is determined genetically by the presence of X and Y chromosomes. So you are going to learn more about combination of X and Y chromosomes. in your next units, which is going to be about genetics. So all you need to know for now is that individuals with both X chromosomes, they are female, and individuals with X and Y chromosomes, they are male. And and this XY system of determining the sex is also present in some insects and plants as well. Avian sex determination is dependent on the presence of Z and W chromosomes. So if there are two Z chromosomes, it results in male, and if there is a Z and W chromosome, it results in female. So in some species, sex is not determined by genetics, but by some aspects of the environment. Sex determination in some crocodiles and turtles, for example, it's dependent on the temperature during critical periods of egg development, and it is also referred to as environmental sex determination. So protist can have both asexual and sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, most protists they undergo some form of asexual reproduction, such as binary fission, to produce two daughter cells. And in sexual reproduction, it involves meiosis and fertilization, which is fusion of two gametes. It's common among protists, and many protist species can switch from asexual to sexual reproduction whenever needed. Fungi, in both sexual and asexual reproduction, fungi produces spores that disperse from the parent organisms by either floating on the wind or hitching a ride on an animal. Asexual reproduction, fungi reproduce asexually by fragmentation, budding, or producing spores. Sexual reproduction introduces genetic variation into a population of fungi.